Hey, so hello everyone, welcome back to your Oliveboard regulatory bodies and welcome to your Phase 2 marathon for your finance part. Today we will see multiple questions which are related to finance, okay? So let's begin our marathon with multiple questions. Now mind you, we have taken various questions from finance current affairs. Also some questions have been taken from government schemes which are associated with finance, sometimes even economics, okay? So let's take these questions and try to solve them. The first question is, which of the following statements regarding Kisan credit card are correct? So first is KCC is to be issued within 30 days from the receipt of completed application. KCC was introduced in 1998 to farmers to empower them and purchase agricultural products and services on credit at any time, and KCC has been extended to the farmers doing allied activities including animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries. Here the answer is the first statement. When you are looking at KCC is issued within 30 days, that's completely wrong. The second and third statements are correct, but the first statement is wrong because KCC has to be issued within 2 weeks, that is 14 days, not 30 days. And that's why our answer here is 2 and 3, that is second answer. Okay, so answer here is 2. Let's move forward. The National Savings Certificate Scheme was launched by Department of Economics, Ministry of Finance to promote culture of long-term saving among individuals. With reference to this above mentioned scheme, which of the following statements are correct? So National Savings Certificate Scheme, again a scheme, but important from your finance point of view. So under this scheme, interest is compounded annually but paid at maturity. The maximum deposit limit for the above scheme is 15 lakh. That's wrong. There is no limit. So the second statement is completely wrong. The third statement, National Savings Certificate cannot be pledged with banks for the loan facility. So 1 and 3 are correct here. If you so cannot be pledged. Oh, sorry. The third statement is also wrong here. Actually, National Savings Certificates can be pledged with the banks to get loans. So National Savings Certificates can be used for getting loans. The third statement also become wrong. Okay, it's not correct, it is completely wrong. So second is wrong, third is wrong, first is correct. Now this brings us to our answer, that is 1 only. So that's why 1 is the answer. Okay, so guys, this is an opportunity. एकदम बेस्ट पक्के सवाल है, एकदम अच्छे बढ़िया फेज 2 वाले सवाल, बड़े बड़े सवाल, मल्टीपल स्टेटमेंट्स वाले सवाल, पैराग्राफ बेस्ड सवाल, एंड दीज क्वेश्चंस 100% माय गारंटी इज देयर. इसमें से क्वेश्चंस आएंगे आपके फेज 2 में. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वन ऑफ द मोस्ट अंडररेटेड मैराथन ऑफ 3 आवर्स. ठीक है, आपको क्या करना है, यू जस्ट लुक इनटू एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. ये पैराग्राफ दिया है, पढ़ लो. ये सेंटर ऑफ डेवलपमेंट टेलीमेटिक्स सी डॉट, ये पब्लिक फंडेड एक रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट है इंडिया में. ओके, नाउ दे आर फोकसिंग ऑन, ओके, सो आई विल बी हियर लिटिल बिट. Okay, so overall when you are looking at this institute, they are focusing on the technological aspect or improving the state of art technology, training, tools. Okay, तो Center of Development of Telematics, a public funded research organization, इन्होंने गवर्नमेंट के साथ एक वर्ल्ड मोबाइल कॉन्फ्रेंस जो है वहां पर 2024 बार्सिलोना में they announced that they are going to collaborate with each other. Now this C-DOT has collaborated with one of the important technological firms और organizations में से. इसमें से ये सारे ऑप्शंस दिए गए हैं and we have to name that company जिसके साथ ये कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हैं. Are they collaborating with Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, Qualcomm, Snapdragon? आपको बताना है आंसर क्या है इसमें से. So the answer here is Qualcomm. Okay, Qualcomm आंसर है. नेक्स्ट आगे बढ़ते हैं हम लोग. अंडर द करंट नॉर्म्स, ओके, तो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या है, अंडर द करंट नॉर्म लास्ट रिवाइज्ड इन 2005, ओके, बैंक्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू मेंटेन अ नेट नॉन परफॉर्मिंग एसेट रेशियो, दैट इज NNPA रेशियो. एंड NNPA रेशियो के साथ साथ बैंक आर ऑल्सो टोल्ड कि आप अपना मिनिमम टोटल क्या रखो, आप अपना कैपिटल एडेक्वेसी रेशियो भी रखो, CAR. नाउ दे हैव गिवन द what are the percentages minimum the Reserve Bank is telling to keep under this prompt corrective action. So NNPA कितना परसेंटेज होना चाहिए एंड कैपिटल एडेक्वेसी रेशियो कितना होना चाहिए. अपना NNPA is nothing but net non performing asset and capital adequacy ratio when we are talking about this is min, that is minimum capital adequacy ratio. तो कितना होना चाहिए, and that also for what purposes, for declaring the dividends, to declare the dividends. What is the answer here? Percentage and your overall percentage of NNPA first and second part is percentage of minimum capital adequacy ratio. क्या आएगा इसका आंसर? क्या आएगा इसका आंसर, क्या आएगा? सो इसका आंसर आएगा आपका व्हाट इज इट, कंप्लीटली फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन. ओके, सो इट इज 1. एक्चुअली एनएनपी आपका होगा 7% एंड कैपिटल एडेक्वेसी रेशियो होगा आपका 11.5%. जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस. कूल. आगे बढ़ते. एक क्वेश्चन है विच इज एसोसिएटेड विद अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. ठीक है, सो लेट्स गो थ्रू इट. सो अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड आपने देखा ही होगा, इट इज इनटू द न्यूज. ओके, सो फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर गिवन, वी हैव टू फाइंड विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर करेक्ट. पहला तो ये है, अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड means any fund which is established or incorporated by any private pooled investment vehicle. That is completely wrong. Alternate investment, no, that is correct. Okay, that is correct, I guess. Okay, that may be correct. Okay, I'm confused. Private public, इसमें मैं confused हूँ. Let us see what second statement is. AIF collects funds from sophisticated investors, whether Indian or foreign, for investing in accordance to defined इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑन इन्वेस्टर्स. ये सेकंड पॉइंट करेक्ट है. थर्ड, कैटेगरी 2 ऑफ अल्टरनेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फंड इंक्लूड्स स्टार्टअप्स एंड एमएसएमईज. दैट्स रॉन्ग. कैटेगरी 1. Category 1. This is your correct answer. Category 1. That's why our third statement is wrong. Our first and second statement are they correct? Anybody? We have to find what is correct, right? And if you look at it, our answer should be yes. First is also correct and second is also correct, and therefore our answer is yes, 1 and 2 only. Our answer is 1 and 2. The third is wrong because category 1, ये आपका category 1 आपका includes early stage startups and SMEs. Whereas alternate investment fund की जब हम बात करते हैं, here no scheme of alternate investment fund other than angel fund should have more than 1,000 investors. These investors are privately pooled investments only, not public, privately only. Okay, and जो स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है और एक क्या है, यस, इंडियन रहने दो या फिर फॉरेन रहने दो, ही कैन इन्वेस्ट इन सच फंड. नेक्स्ट इज अपेडा. फुल पैराग्राफ दे हैव गिवन एंड दे हैव आस्क्ड एट द एंड कि अपेडा केम इनटू द फोर्स फॉर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग ईयर्स, 1995, 1966, 1986, 1999, 1975. Try to answer. So the answer here is 1986. Okay, 1986. That is your correct answer. Next, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Okay, the scheme facilitates micro loan up to 10 lakh rupees to income generating micro enterprises on which are associated with non-farm sector in manufacturing, processing, trading and services. So the loans under Mudra scheme can be availed by which of the following organizations? Public sector bank, private sector bank, state operative cooperative banks, rural banks, from regional sectors and financial companies other than banks. So actually here if you see, all these can avail the loan. So here 5, that is E, will be correct answer. These are all the institutions which can avail the loans through Mudra. Next, so Reserve Bank of India has issued a direction with internal ombudsman for regulatory entities. Which of the following statements are correct with respect to these? These are directions applicable to credit information companies also. Internal ombudsman shall not be 70 years of age after completion of the tenure. Regulated entity may appoint more than one internal ombudsman depending on the volume of complaints received by them to ensure continuity of operations during the absence of internal ombudsman. So here only one statement is wrong, that is second. It's not after the completion, but it's before the completion of the tenure. So second is wrong. First 3, 1 and 3 is correct. So this 4 is our answer. That's our answer 4. So to provide impetus to the TReDS platform, the question is on TReDS platform. Consider the following statements which are correct. TReDS platform पे अभी insurance facility is also available. All the entities and institutions eligible under factoring business under Factoring Regulation Act will be permitted to participate financiers in trades. Secondary market operations will now be disabled. No, it's not disabled, but will be enabled on TReDS platform. So what is now wrong here in this? So first is correct, second is also correct, the third is wrong as I told you. Secondary market operations will not now be disabled, not disabled, will now be enabled. That is why our answer will be 1, that is 1 and 2 only. The third statement is wrong. Next, as a part, leave this. Yeah, with respect to recent amendment in priority sector lending from Reserve Bank of India, which of the following statements are not correct? First, to address the regional disparities in flow of priority sector credit in district level, it was decided to rank districts on the basis of per capita credit flow to priority sector. Correct. The guideline seeks to build an incentive framework with comparatively lower flow of credit and higher incentive frameworks for district with comparatively higher flow of priority sector credit. That's wrong. If the flow of credit is higher, then we don't need to give any of the incentives. If the flow of credit is lower, then only incentives are to be given. That is why higher की जगह पर lower आएगा. With effect from the financial year of 2024, higher weightage of 125% has been assigned to incremental priority credit sector, and you will see this is for identified districts where the credit flow is comparatively low. Per capita PSL is less than 9,000. A lower weight of 90% shall be attested to the same incremental priority credit sector where the flow is comparatively higher than 42,000. So 1, 3, 4 here statements when you are looking at, okay, the question is asking that which is not correct. So 1, 2, 3, 4 we already found out that second is not correct. That's why 2 will be our answer. Okay, so here 2 is our correct answer. Next, in terms of section 10(1) of the Foreign Exchange Act of 1999, Reserve Bank of India on an application may authorize any person to be known as authorized person to deal in foreign exchange at authorized dealer, money changer or offshore banking unit in any other manner as it deems fit. In terms of extant instructions, full-fledged money changers, that is FFMCs and non-bank authorized dealers, these are the people who can use the foreign currency notes and circulate it in domestic market. So category 2, when we are talking about, they obtain their normal businesses requirement of foreign currency notes from other FFMCs and authorized dealers. Now, RBI is saying that the overall decided from July 1, 2024, the value of foreign currency notes sold by these FFMCs and authorized dealers category 2 in public domestic market should be permitted not less than dash percentage of total value of foreign currency notes purchased by these bodies on dash basis. So they are talking about if total amount is taken 100%. So RBI is saying that how much percentage of total value of foreign currency notes out of the total purchase, that percentage, and that also on how much periodically basis. So if you see the answer here is 75% of the total. So suppose you are doing a sale of maybe 10,000 notes. So 75% here you can like overall whatever the foreign currency notes purchased are, okay, that should not be less than 75%. Okay, and the value of the foreign currency that should be on quarterly basis. So overall the answer here is 75% and quarterly basis. So here category 2, when they are selling these notes to public for permitted purchase, they should not be less than 75% of the total value which they have purchased of all the notes, and that also on quarterly basis. So this is your correct answer. Next question is associated with sound operation risk management. Leave that. Yeah, this is good. As per recent data, Reserve Bank of India on India's external debt as at the end of March 2024, which of the following statements are correct? At the end of March 2024, India's external debt was placed at $663.8 billion, an increase of $39.7 billion over its level at mid-March end March of 2023. The external debt of GDP ratio declined to 11.7% and end of the March 2024 from 12% to end of March 2023. At the end of March 2024, long-term debt with original maturity of above 1 year was placed at $541.2 billion, recording an increase of 45.6 billion over its level at the end March 2023. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2 and all of the above. What's the answer? So here if you look at the question here, the answer here is 1 and 3 only. The second is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because yes, the GDP ratio has not declined but rather it has increased. So this is the correct answer. So GDP ratio, if you see, it has actually not declined from 11.7 to your 12%, but rather from 18.7% to from 19% to 18.7%. So second statement is wrong. So let us now start with some difficult questions. Okay, this was the first batch of questions. According to Reserve Bank of India, the annual report 2022-2023, India's engineering export reached to US 107.0 billion during 2022-2023. The major markets of engineering exports from India include which of the following countries? USA, China, Italy, Germany, UAE. Tell the correct code. So read the question properly and try to answer. So what is the answer here? Yeah, so the answer here is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So US, China, UAE, Italy and Germany all. Okay. Next. Yes. Consider the following statements about 14th round of RBI's survey on foreign collaboration in Indian industry. Manufacturing sector accounted 78% of total reported foreign technical collaborations. Japan, Israel, USA remained top 3 sources of countries for technological transfer, and companies with FTC agreements with motor vehicle sector had highest share in total production of FTC. I will try to color or I will try to make a box for that particular word which could be wrong. For example, here this percentage could be wrong. Here, Japan, Israel and USA, these countries could be wrong. And here when we are talking about maybe motor vehicles, replacing that something else would be there. So see, try to understand, this is just an anticipation. As I already told you that in RBI Grade B exam, either there would be exchange of words, either there would be substitution, either there would be exchange in the sense this statement has been exchanged for this, half part of this statement has been exchanged for this. Substitution is nothing but word or fact or data has been exchanged. And lastly, they add an extra word which makes that word wrong. So they add an extra word. So these three ways are there. That is why you have to identify properly. Look at this, Japan, Israel and USA. I firmly believe that second statement is wrong here. It's not Japan, Israel and USA. That is why 1 and 3 will be my answer, and that's my correct answer. You will see here, it's not Japan, Israel. It is actually Japan, USA and Germany. It's not Israel. Israel कहीं पर भी नहीं है यहाँ पर. The government authorizes, the union government has released recently tax devolution of dash to all the state governments in the November 2023. So our union government declared that this much tax devolution we are giving for all the states. It enables state governments to make in-time releases and add to the festivities and celebration among the people. How much is the total tax devolution for each state? That's what they are asking. Tax devolution. So 72,961 crores, 89,344 crores, 64,918 crores, 78,536 crores, 81,239 crores. Please give the answers here. I will give you 1 minute to solve this question. Very important. Answer here. So the answer here is 70,961 crores. Okay. Tax devolution of. Next. The national. Okay, let's take this question. The national event on Pradhan Mantri Matrutva Vandana Yojana was held in Mumbai, Maharashtra in October 2023. Consider the following statements about the scheme. It was launched in March 2018 and incorporated as component of Mission Shakti from 1st April 2022. I am coloring or keeping in box those things which could be wrong here, possibly. Cash incentives of 6,000 rupees were given for second girl child under PMMVY 2.0. Since inception, more than 3.1 crore beneficiaries are there who are given financial support. Now try to answer this. I have given you which statement could be right or wrong. Answer, come on. Anybody? So the answer here when we are talking about it is incorrect has been asked, right? So our first statement is incorrect, okay? Second and third statement seems to be correct, so I will go with one only, and that's your correct answer, okay? So why one is not correct? Because Matru Vandana was launched on 2017, 1st January 2017, and Mission Shakti also here it incorporated it as a component of Mission Shakti in 1st April 2022. So these are the two dates. Examiner made minor changes in these dates. Recently, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India (IRDAI) proposed an initiative to simplify CIS format for health insurance policyholders. What is I in CIS? That is Customer Information Survey. So information is the correct answer. RBI decided to enhance the bulk deposits of regional rural banks. Accordingly, the bulk deposit for regional rural banks will now mean single rupee term deposit for rupees dash and above. So what is the answer to this question? I will give you 1 minute. Be serious and try to solve this question. Take 1 minute. So here factual, it's completely factual, but try to give the answer. Bulk deposit for regional rural banks will now mean single rupee term deposit of rupees dash and above. What is the answer here? Yes, guys. Try to give the answer here. RBI changed in October 2023 the definition of bulk deposit, like bulk deposit limit. This bulk deposit limit for regional rural bank also they have changed, and they have also changed it for other banks. So the answer here is 1 crore. Okay, let us look at the explanation. So for regional rural banks, the limit when we are talking about, okay, that is 1 crore. Okay, bulk deposit for regional rural banks is 1 crore, and bulk deposit mean single rupee term deposit of 2 crore and above for scheduled commercial banks. Also for banks which are scheduled commercial banks excluding regional rural bank, it has now become earlier it was 15 lakhs and above, but now earlier it was 2 crores, okay, now it will be 15 lakhs and above, okay. So earlier 2 crores, now it has become 15, and for regional rural bank it has become 1 crore. SEBI listing obligations and disclosure requirements LODR regulations 2015 have been amended recently. It mandates the top 250 listed entities by market capitalization to verify, confirm and clarify market rumors effective from dash February 1, 2024, March 31, 2024, June 30, 2024, August 1, 2024 and December 31st, 2024. So the answer here is August 1, 2024. Just remember this. The Reserve Bank of India has directed Bajaj Financial Limited recently to stop sanctions and disbursal of loans under its two lending products, eCom and Insta EMI card. These directions are given under which section? 45L Reserve Bank of India 1934, section 22Z, then section 31B of the same act, section 19E and section 52K. Please answer this. So the answer here is 45L. This is the correct answer. Remember this, 45L. Next question, go through it, very important. Reserve Bank of India conducted variable rate reverse repo auctions. Now regularly this is done to reduce the liquidity from the economy. Recently, on a review of current and evolving liquidity conditions, Reserve Bank decided to conduct a variable rate repo auction on April 3, 2024. The notified amount for this auction is 1,25,000 crores, and the auction is to be conducted on core banking solutions eKuber platform. What is the minimum bid amount for the auction? 3 crore, 1 crore, 4 crore, 2 crore and 5 crore. Now this news is very latest, that is April 3, 2024. I want you to read this question and solve this question. I am also giving a timer here. Okay. I will try to give timer here. Okay. थोड़ा टाइमर रखते हैं. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that's the timer there. Okay. Okay, so 1 minute timer is there. We will look it for every question. Cool. So the answer here is 1 crore. Okay, answer is 1 crore. But from next time now we will be looking at yeah, 1 crore is the correct answer. Next. Very important question. Read it. I will give you a time. Okay. I will give 1 minute to solve. Okay. 1 minute solve करने के लिए दूंगा आपको. I will read it first along with you, and also I will color the statements which could be wrong. Over the years, the information completely is associated with all India financial institutions. This blah blah information you don't need to read, just be with me, I will explain everything to you. Recently, RBI has introduced the norms of prudential regulations on Basel III capital framework, exposure norms, significant investment, classification, valuation and operation of investment portfolio norms. This has all norms are also for all India financial institutions under all India financial institutions directions of 2023. In this regard, which of the following statements are incorrect? These directions have been operational since January 1, 2024. So this year could be wrong. Examiner may be changed. Maybe he has changed February. Maybe he has changed 2024, 3 year, whatever. The directions apply to NABARD, NAPFID, SIDBI, NHB and ESG. Any one of the institution mentioned here, or 2 or 3 or 4 or all could be wrong. AIFs are mandated. Now this mandatory thing, it could be voluntary, not always mandatory. So make sure that you go through this question properly. Options are given here. We have to find which is the correct statement, which is the correct code. But here statements asked are incorrect. In the sense, we have to find out how many statements from these 3 lines are incorrect. I'm starting the timer here. Okay, 1 minute I am giving it for you to solve. 1 minute. See, try to read the question, go through the statements. If you could remember, try to answer this. Okay? But if you are not able to solve the question, what you could do, then just wait. Once the timer is done, we will quickly start. Yes. So what I was saying was that if you are able to start the overall, if you are able to solve this question, that's well and good. If you are not able to solve the question, it's fine. We can, do you want extra time? Then please tell me in the comment section. If you don't want extra time, we can solve this together. So look at the question, incorrect statements we have to find out. See, second statement is definitely incorrect. Why? See, because NABARD, NAPFID, SIDBI and NHB and ECGC. I'll give you one information. In this, one institution has been not mentioned, that is Exim Bank. And for your kind information, NABARD is there, NAPFID is there. I think SIDBI is also there, but I don't think ECGC is there in this particular, like for which this our overall prudential regulations as well as your financial institution, all India financial institutions directions are applicable here. So that is why my main reason here would be the second statement is wrong. So the answer which includes here, we have to find incorrect. So either 2 will be my answer, 3 will be my answer, or 5 will be my answer. The third statement, when I'm talking about, these are mandated to adopt basic indicator approach for reducing operational risk. Mandatory thing. So if you look at the answer here, it is 2 and 3 only. The first one is correct. Okay. So this mandatory, again, I told you, I gave you a hint. So that's why the overall here was correct. Okay. But the next 2 of the statements, those were wrong. So that is why our answer is 2 and 3. Next question. Again, I will give you 1 minute to solve. Okay. So everyone, see, I am giving you a good amount of time to solve. Government, non-banking financial companies form an important part of financial sector owing to their increased size and funding to large infrastructure projects of government. As per the recent released report on trend and progress of banking in India 2022-2023, the top 50 exposures of G-NBFCs amounting to rupees dash lakh crores constituted 40% of total corporate credit in NBFC sector. Now, pointing towards concentration risk, given their growth systematic significance, the prompt corrective action framework for NBFCs has been extended to G-NBFCs, that is government NBFCs, except those who are at base layer. The framework will be effective from dash date. We have to find out what is A, which is nothing but how much lakh crores, and B is nothing but what is the date. So I have given you everything. The question is associated with your overall government NBFCs, okay, and also based on the report of trend and progress of banking in India. So I'm starting the timer now. 1 minute you get, and you try to solve the answer. Yes, the time has been done. Anybody who has given the answer here? Anybody who has given the answer? So the answer here is how much lakh crores? It's your it's 7.8 lakh crores, and the date is October 1, 2024. Okay, so this is your correct answer. Next, one more question, very important. I will give you again 1 minute to solve this. Okay, in December 2023, Reserve Bank of India released a report on trends and progress of banking 2022-2023. This report represents performance of banking sector including cooperative banks and non-banking financial institutions for the year of 2022-2023 and 2023-2024. Consider the following statements found in the findings of the report. The consolidated balance sheet of the scheduled commercial banks SCBs in 2022-2023 expanded by 12.2%. Look at the things which I am underlining, those may be wrong. All the bank groups meet the regulatory minimum requirement and common equity tier, that is set 1 ratio requirement. Okay. Then the gross non-performing asset ratio stood at 5.2% at the end of September 2023. So this percentage again. The combined balance sheet of the urban cooperative banks expanded by 2.3% and driven in the 2022-2023 driven by loans and advances. Whatever circled parts are there, those could be wrong. You have to find out which of the following statements are correct, and your time starts now. 4 statements are there, huge data piling is there. Go through the questions properly. I will try to give you 1.5 minutes. Okay, I will again give some time to you, but try to solve the answers here. Only if I am telling you the answers, that won't suffice. Try to give the answers here. Okay, I have given 1.5 minutes to you. Yes, I think we are done here. Yes. So, what is the answer here? See, the first statement, the consolidated balance sheet of scheduled commercial bank in the year of 2022-2023 expanded by 12.2%, and that is correct. Okay. Second statement, all bank groups meet a regulatory minimum requirement. Okay, that is common equity tier 1 ratio requirement. That is also true. So second is also correct. The third is wrong here. See, the gross non-performing asset stood at 5.2%. That percentage number is wrong here. And fourth part is also correct. UCBs did grow by 2.3% only. So let us look at why this was wrong. So you could see here our main thing we will be looking at is GNPA. So GNPA ratio, when you are looking at it, has grown by 3.2%, not 5.2%. So that's where the overall third statement was wrong. Rest the four statements here, it has UCBs have expanded by 2.3%. Huge data is there, that's why I told go through the statements properly. All the statements are correct. Here just by of 5.2, it should be 3.2%. Okay, let's move forward. Again, one of the very beautiful questions. The Payment Infrastructure Development Fund is a scheme launched by Reserve Bank of India. It is to increase the number of payment acceptance device in the country. Read the rest of the information. They are asking basically three statements they have given. Find the correct statement. Recently, Reserve Bank of India extended Payments Infrastructure Development Fund scheme till June 30, 2025. The beneficiaries of the PM Vishwakarma scheme across the country would now be included as merchants for deployment of the scheme, and the soundbox devices and Aadhaar enabled biometric devices have been included for subsidy under the scheme effective from January 1, 2024. Try to solve this answer. I'll be there in 1 minute. Okay. Yes, guys, are you able to solve? One more important question. Okay, I think your voice was not there, right? Yeah, so here try to understand your question related to Payment Infrastructure Development Fund. You will see here that the date, okay, here date was wrong in the first statement. In the second statement also, here also date was wrong. Whereas you will see the second statement was correct. Under Payment Infrastructure Development Fund scheme, you will see that PM Vishwakarma and PM Swanidhi Yojana beneficiaries are definitely included. Rest dates, you should check them out. Here you will see December 31st was one of the date, and this scheme was launched first in 2021 for 3 years. Okay, and lastly, as I told you, yes, the installations were also till October 1, 2023, which was again date wrong, and Vishwakarma as well as Swanidhi scheme is under the beneficiary. Next question is again very important. I will give you 2 minutes to solve. Domestically systematically important banks are financial institutions considered too big to fail. These are the banks which are too big to fail. Okay, these are the banks which are too big to fail. So considering D-SIBs and the recent list which has been made by Reserve Bank of India in context of D-SIBs, let us look at the statements. We have to find out which statements are wrong. First, SBI was shifted from bucket 3 to bucket 4. ICICI Bank was shifted from bucket 1 to bucket 2. Then the framework for dealing with domestically systematic banks was issued for the first time in 2014, and the higher D-SIB buffer requirement on the account of the bucket increased will be effective from April 1, 2025. 3 statements are there. We have to find which of the following statements are wrong. Your 1 minute is here. Try to find out which statements are wrong. Look at the statements. I will give you a very beautiful hint. I will try to give you. Okay. So look at it. Look at SBI. Look at ICICI. Maybe these banks, whatever your banks have been written, maybe those are wrong. Then it has been for first time in 2014. This year could be wrong. This date could be wrong. Okay. So check out these things. Anybody? So the answer here is the wrong statement is asked, and only your 1 is wrong. Why 1 is wrong? SBI was shifted from bucket 3 to bucket 4, that is correct. HDFC Bank was shifted from bucket 1 to bucket 2. So that's your answer. SBI and HDFC, not ICICI. That is why first statement is wrong. Rest all statements are correct. Next question. Reserve Bank of India has recently issued minimum capital requirement for operational risk. This direction requires specific banks to hold sufficient regulatory capital against their exposures. The directions included the new net standardized approach known as Basel III standardized approach. The approach replaces which of the following approaches? Basic indicator approach, standardized approach, then alternative standardized approach, and advanced measurement approach. The options here are given and your time starts right now. It's a very simple question, guys. Come on, try to answer. Okay, so the time is over. Okay, so let's try to look at what our answer is going to be. Okay, so pehle look at this statement. So Basel III standardized approach. This approach has replaced which of the following? That is BIA, TSA, ASA and AMA. These are the all 4 approaches which maybe have been replaced, and if you look at it, all the 4 have been replaced by Basel III standardized approach. So that is why if you look at what have been replaced, yes, your basic indicator approach, standardized approach, alternative standardized approach, advanced measurement approach, overall everything has been replaced. Okay. Next question. A financial benchmark administrator, FBA, is a person who controls the creation, operation and administration of benchmarks. The Reserve Bank of India has issued RBI Financial Benchmark Administrations Directions 2023 under the Section 45U, 45W for Reserve Bank of India Act. Consider the following statements regarding this. A FBA administering a significant benchmark will always maintain a minimum net worth of 5 crores. No FBA shall administer a benchmark without obtaining authorization from Government of India. Any amendment to the methodologies that FBA decides to make shall be announced on their official websites at least 30 days prior to such amendments coming into effect. Which of the following statements are correct? And your time starts now. Yes, anybody? Anybody, come on. Try to answer it. Try to answer, guys. Yes, okay. Our timing is done. We need to solve it right now. Okay. So look at the statements properly. We have to find which statements are correct, and the answer here is one only. Okay. So why? See, the second statement, no FBA shall administer a benchmark without obtaining authorization from Government of India. See here, try to understand the authorization here, that is wrong. Okay. Any amendment in the methodologies of FBA decided to make shall be announced on their official websites at least 30 days prior. Now this 30 days, that is wrong. Okay. So let us look at it one by one. Okay. Provided directions do not apply administrations for the following benchmark. Okay. You will also see, okay, yeah, yes. So the 30 days which we talked about in the third statement, that is only 15 days, okay. And when we are looking at the permission, such permission is not required, okay. That's why second statement is wrong, such authorization, okay. So that's 2 points are there that makes second and third statement wrong, and that's why first is correct. Reserve Bank of India has been observing Financial Literacy Week, FLW, every year since 2016. With respect to that, which of the following statements are correct? The theme for this year's Financial Literacy Week was make a right start and become financially smart. As part of your Financial Literacy Week campaign, RBI announced Financial Literacy Ideathon to solicit innovative ideas from undergraduate students. Saving and power of compounding, banking essentials for students, and digital and cyber hygiene are the focus areas of the campaign. Select the correct code, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1 only, and 1 and 2 only, 1, 2, 3 only. So tell me, come on, give the answer. Shall I start the timer here? So the tick timing starts now. Okay, try to answer now. Let me see if you are giving the correct answers or not. Yes, what is the answer here? What is the answer? 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1 only, and 1, 2, 3 only. So the answer here is yes. The answer here, sorry. So the answer here is 1 and 3. The second statement is wrong because as part of FLW campaign, RBI has announced literacy ideathon to solicit innovative ideas from not undergraduate but the students who are in their higher education. Okay, so that's what the main point was. That's why your second point is wrong here. So here we are talking about the students who are definitely from the higher education. So second statement is wrong, 1 and 3 were correct. Okay, so let's now move to the next question. The prepaid payment infrastructure PPI are digital payment solution that allow users to store money electronically. आपके जो wallets वगैरह होते हैं वैसे. Which of the following statements are not correct with the directions on prepaid payment instruments? Only authorized bank issuers are permitted to issue prepaid payment instruments for making payments across various public transport systems. Full KYC PPIs are issued by banks and non-banks after completing the Know Your Customer of PPI holder. The funds transfer or cash withdrawal from small prepaid payment instruments are not permitted. 3 statements are given. We have to find out which is the correct code and we have to find out which statement. See, correct code, that's fine, but what is asked? It is asked which statements are not correct. So read the statements properly. First is only authorized bank issuers are permitted to issue prepaid payment instruments for making payments across various public transport systems. Full KYC is issued by the bank and non-bank for after completing your Know Your Customer of PPI holder. And funds or cash withdrawals from small PPIs are not permitted. Look at the statements, read them properly. I am giving you a good timer. Try to solve them. Sorry guys, I am starting the time now. Okay, you have 1 minute with you. पूरा explain कर दिया है. Just try to solve. Yes, the time is done. Okay, so let's quickly try to solve this question also. What I had said, okay, first statement, only authorized bank issuers are permitted to issue prepaid instruments for making payments across various public transport systems, and full KYC PPIs are issued by banks and non-banks after completing Know Your Customer for PPI holder. So this second statement, look at it. This is correct. Full KYC are issued by banks and non-banks. इसमें तो कोई doubt नहीं है. Second statement correct है. हमें find out करना है non-correct. That means which are wrong. Third statement, funds transfer or cash withdrawals for small PPIs are not permitted. Yes, that's true. Okay. So overall, when you are looking at, okay, this will give you an idea completely that first statement is completely you're wrong. Okay. So first statement is wrong here. Okay. Why it is wrong? So first statement when you are looking at, okay, only authorized banks are permitted to issue prepaid payment instruments for making payments across the public transport domain. So this is not true. Okay. Banks, non-banks can actually complete your KYC docs. So second statement is wrong. Second statement is correct. Okay. And it's not just your what I say. Yes, only authorized bank issuers. No, that's not the deal here. Okay, various banks can definitely do your overall PPI, that is issue a prepaid payment instrument. So first one is wrong, rest two statements are correct. Next question associated with budget recently. Union Finance Minister presented the interim budget for 2024-2025 on February 1, 2024. It aims to provide funding for government for a part of financial year until main budget is passed after general elections. Which among the following highlights the correct regarding this? The government has estimated a nominal GDP growth of 10.5% in 2024-2025. The vaccination to prevent cervical cancer will be encouraged for the girls between 6 to 14 years of age. The tax revenue, which forms a major part of receipts, is also expected to increase by 9% over revised estimated for 2020-2024, and applications of nano DAP fertilizers will be expanded in all agroclimatic zones. 1, 2, 3 and 4, which of the following statements are correct? We have to find out correct statements from the and correct codes associated with the statements. Answer it please. Giving you time. Okay, I am giving time to you. Yes. So look at the statements here. What could be the correct? So see here, observe the questions properly. Okay, first, the government has estimated nominal GDP growth of 10.5%. Second, vaccination to cervical cancer, that's correct. Okay, this line was there in budget. Encouraged girl between 6 and 14, that's wrong. Okay, the age is wrong here, it's not 6 to 14. Tax revenue forms major part of receipts, expected to increase by 9%. That 9% we have to check out. An application of nano DAP will be expanded to all agroclimatic zones. Now this all agroclimatic zones, again, I am trying to think about it. Look at all these four statements. Our second statement is definitely wrong. We have to find out which is correct. So eliminate second statement as much as you can. So now here also this has also gone. So we are left with only 3 and 4. Option 3 and 4 is there. So first check out first and fourth option. First should be correct. Fourth also could be correct. 4 is definitely correct here. So 4 is correct. Now out of 1 and 3 we have to find 1. So I will go here with 1 and 4 and that's your correct answer. Now why your third was wrong? I will tell you one thing. Third and 4, I didn't go with 3 because 100% here examiner has exchanged this percentage. It's not 9% by the way, if you are trying to understand. Okay, it is your tax revenue which is 12%. So if you are properly with your data, especially from important reports like budget, your economic survey, that would be much more easier for you. Okay, so life becomes easy if you are revising properly. One question, let us take a halt and from the finance and jump into ESI. Let's try to look at it. You will try to solve this question. Okay, so yes, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is a health insurance scheme that covers cost of hospitalization, pre-hospitalization, medicalization, etc. Recently, Government of India in interim budget announced that healthcare cover under Ayushman Bharat scheme will be extended to Asha worker, transgender, Anganwadi helpers and artisans under PM Vishwakarma scheme. Which of the following codes are correct? We have to find out that ये आयुष्मान भारत जो स्कीम है वो किसको यहाँ पर एक्सटेंड की गई है. So simply try to solve this question. I am giving you again 1 minute to solve. Okay, 1 minute यहाँ पर दे रहा हूँ. Try to solve this question. Very easy question and a really good question. There is a high probability such type of question will be coming. Yes. So yes. So what is the answer here? आशा वर्कर्स, yes, correct. आशा वर्कर्स को एक्सटेंड किया गया है. ट्रांसजेंडर्स, नो. आंगनवाड़ी हेल्पर्स, yes. आर्टिसंस अंडर विश्वकर्मा योजना, no. So the answer here is 1 and 3 only. 4 should be our correct answers. Okay. So 1, this is wrong. Okay, my bad. 4 is our correct answer actually. So look at it. किसके लिए एक्सपांड किया गया है? आशा वर्कर, आंगनवाड़ी वर्कर्स एंड हेल्पर्स, इनके लिए ही बस किया गया है. हेल्थ कवरेज कितना होगा? 5 लाख पर फैमिली. ओके, रिमेंबर दिस, भूलना मत, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन था वो. नेक्स्ट, a report synchronizing energy transitions towards possible net zero for India, affordable and clean energy. Okay, overall information has been given in this regard. Which among the following statements are correct? First, it is prepared by IIM Ahmedabad as a part of study project which was sanctioned by NITI Aayog. States that coal is projected to continue till next 2 decades as a backbone of Indian energy system, and climate financial requirement for the next 50 years would be tune of 150 to 200 lakh crores. So the answer here, we will, as it is a scheme question, let's move forward. The answer here is 2 and 3. The first is wrong because yes, the NITI Aayog, that organization is not there. Okay, it is principal scientific advisor to government, part of study project sanctioned by principal advisor of the government. दिस इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन. फाइनेंस के क्वेश्चन ही सॉल्व करेंगे यार जो आपको बेनिफिशियल रहेंगे. The Reserve Bank of India issued the Reserve Bank Bharat Bill Payment System Directions 2024. Under the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007, about Bharat Bill Payment System, these directions aim to streamline and regulate bill payment ecosystem for public interest. The guidelines have come into effect from April 1, 2024. Regarding this, which among the following statements are correct? Bharat Bill Pay Central Unit is designated as a payment system provider for Bharat Bill Payment Systems. NPCI Internet Payment Limited is tasked with setting up operational standards, providing settlement services and ensuring consumer dispute resolution. Customer Operating Unit provide interfaces for customers and handle dispute resolution processes. We have to find out which of the following statements are correct, and the correct code has been given there. Your overall timing here starts right now. You get 1 minute to solve this. The statements are very clear and but obvious. Go through them and try to check out what could be wrong here. For example, here the organizations, I would like to concentrate on organizations, that could be wrong. For example, you concentrate on NPCI here, that could be replaced. Customer Operating Unit here, that could be replaced. So please concentrate on first 2 lines specifically, those could be wrong. Yes, anybody who has given the answer? Anybody? So look at it, what is wrong here? The answer here is 3 only. First 2 statements completely wrong. So what has happened is they have interchanged the organizations in first and second statement. So first statement, that is designated as payment system provider for Bharat Bill Payment System, it's not BBPCU. It is actually, if you look at it, it's your, which is the organization, it is NBBL. NBBL का full form क्या है? NPCI भारत बिल पेमेंट लिमिटेड. And your Bharat Bill Pay Central Unit BBPCU is tasked with setting operational standards. Okay, so therefore your BBPCU will be coming in second line, and in first line your NBBL will come. So that is why your complete your answer here is only 3 is correct. First 2 statements are wrong here. One more question, very important. SEBI complaint readdress system scores is a centralized online system that allows investor to file a complaint about companies, mutual fund and other SEBI registered intermediaries. Which among the following statements are salient features of scores 2.0? First, reduced and uniform timelines for readdressal of investor complaints across securities market, that is 21 calendar days from date of receipt of complaint. Second, introduction of auto routing of complaints to the concerned regulatory entity to eliminate time lapse. Third, provision of 3 levels of review to streamline the readdressal processes. Fourth, integration with KYC registration agency database. So the options here are given, the code here has been given. We have to find out which statements are under your features of the scores 2.0, and correct code is been given. I will just here put a timer and your timer starts right now. Yes. Anybody tried to answer? Anybody tried to answer? Anybody? Did anybody try to answer? Yes. So look at it. The answer here, we had to only find which are the salient features of the score, and the answer is very simple here. Okay, look at it very carefully. It's 1, 2 and 4 only. Third one is wrong because provisions of 3 levels. It's not 3 levels, it's only 2 levels. मैं अभी यहाँ पर देख के ये आंसर बता सकता हूँ. It's not 3 levels, it's only 2 levels. Rest 21 calendar days, that is correct. Auto routing भी correct है, and lastly KYC integration is also correct. So here you will see 2 levels. That was wrong. Next question again. SEBI has approved the launch of fractional ownership of real estate investment trust. Under fractional ownership, several people pool their funds. Recently, the detailed framework regarding it has been issued. In this regard, which among the following statements are correct? First, the size and asset proposed to acquire in a scheme would be in the range of 50 to 500 crores. Second, minimum unit always holding requirement for the first 3 years after listing by the sponsors or investment manager is 10% for a small and medium REIT. That is right. And the investment managers of a small and medium REITs should have a minimum net worth of 50 crores. So 1, 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 1 and 3 only, 1 only, and 2 and 3 only. What is the answer here? You have to find which statements are correct. Okay. Again, here 1 minute timing I am giving to you. Try to solve the answer. Try to solve the answer, guys. Read the statements. This is again an easy question only because here 4 statements are there, but you have enough ample opportunity to eliminate many statements. Go on the factuality of the statements. Yeah. So what is the answer here? We have to find the correct code. Okay. So the answer here is 1 only. That's correct. Second is also wrong and third is also wrong. Now why second and third is wrong? Firstly, when you are looking at 10% here, that's something which we have to check. And investment managers of small should have minimum net worth of 50 crores, not 50 crores. Okay. It is, it's not 50 crores. So overall, if you see percentage, that is only 5%. Okay. And if you look at how much should be your in terms of net worth, that should be not, it should be only 20 crores, not 50 crores, but 20 crores. Okay. So both these statements are wrong because of these numbers. In RBI, don't consider that all the numbers given by examiner will be wrong. But always, wherever there is a word which can be replaced by examiner, consider that examiner can definitely try to replace this word. So make sure that utilize this opportunity to eliminate the statements. That's what one should understand. Yes, what is wrong here? Anybody? What was wrong? So see here, the first statement only was correct, rest two statements were wrong. Here you will see the minimum unit here. Okay, all the statement, only this part, the data part, that was wrong. It's not 10%, it's actually 5%. And if you look at 50 crores, it's not 50 crores, it's 20 crores. So in RBI exams, do the number is wrong always? No, number is not wrong. But you always have to take the opportunity of the numbers which are wrong to make the statements and identify and verify the statements. Next question. So because of the liquidity deficit in the banking system, RBI decided to make available additional aggregate of 5,000 crores to the standalone primary dealers under standing liquidity facility at prevailing repo rate. Okay. Considering this and considering primary dealers, which among the following statements represent exclusive privileges for primary dealers? Very important question. From my side, it's very important. Exclusive rights to participate in treasury bill auctions, enhance limits up to 10 lakh of unified payment interface for initial public offerings, right to act as a counterparty to open market operations of central bank, and 2% interest subvention on the loans taken by primary market activities. We have to find out which are exclusive privileges. Okay, and the code has been given. 1 minute is with you. Try to answer the question. 1 minute is with you. Okay, what is the answer here? Anybody? What are the exclusive rights of primary dealers? Anybody? Can anybody tell? Primary dealers के exclusive rights क्या होते हैं? याद रखना, exclusive rights are only to participate in treasury bill auctions and right of being a counterparty to the open market operations. Enhanced limit of 10 lakh वगैरह, this is something never there for your primary dealers. Not even 2% interest subvention. This is something hoax. So second and fourth statement are completely wrong, out of the box. Only exclusive rights are there for the treasury bill auctions, and they have right to act as a counterparty in the open market operation of the central bank. One more question, very beautiful question is there. The credit default swaps are derivative instruments that provide a form of insurance against risk of default of the issuer of a bond, marking the first such transaction after Reserve Bank of India issued by fresh guidelines for the instrument. One, that is Dash and Standard Chartered Bank, recently carried out a credit default swap of 25 crores. It marks a pivotal moment in a credit risk management and underscores growing sophistication of financial instruments in Indian market. This Dash can be replaced by which of the following banks? Anybody? Anybody here? Which bank it is? So it's State Bank of India, which has recently done a credit swap with Standard Chartered Bank of India. Next, one more question, and this is on Finance Commission. So let's try to read this. So the oral paragraph talks about Article 280 Finance Commission and most importantly 16th Finance Commission. Okay, this is a completely static question. I will give you 1 minute and you have to solve it compulsorily. The distribution between union and states of net proceeds of taxes which are to be divided between them. So Finance Commission is nothing but, or it looks after distribution between union and state of net proceeds of tax which are to be divided between them. Principles which should be govern granting aids of the revenues of states out of public accounts of India, and third is measures needed to augment consolidated fund of state to supplement the resources of panchayats and municipalities in state. So 3 statements are there. You have to find out which of the following statements are correct. Again, I will give hint here. Try to look at specific words and specific or institutions. You can look into that to make a statement right or wrong. Come on, try to answer. Yes, what is the answer here? See here, this is wrong. Public accounts of India कहाँ पर आ गया यहाँ पर फाइनेंस कमीशन में? It is consolidated fund of India. So 1 and 3 will be correct, 2 will be wrong. Okay, it's consolidated fund of India and not your public accounts. Okay. Next, yeah, let's look at this question. Recently, Global Cooperation Barometer was launched by World Economic Forum in collaboration with McKinsey Company. Okay, so it is meant to serve the tool for leaders to better understand contours of cooperation broadly in 5 pillars. Which of the following are the part of the pillars? Trade and capital flow, health and wellness, employment and opportunity, peace and security, innovation and technology. Read the statements properly, look at which points could be there as a part of this particular framework, and please answer it. So the answer here is 1, 2, 4 and 5. Only one thing is not there in this, employment and opportunities. This is not included in this as a pillar of this particular barometer. Okay, next. Let's take a government scheme. Okay, let us see, are you able to solve or not? The Standup India was launched by Government of India on 5th of April 2016. This was to support entrepreneurship at grassroots level for economic empowerment and job creation. It provides digital platform, and which of the following statements are stating the eligible beneficiaries under the scheme? 25-year-old Anuj, who belongs to SC community, started a new sports shop. 35-year-old Salma, who is a widow and owner of a saloon, and 32-year-old tribal youth Manoj, who wants to expand his hotel. So try to understand that Standup India is only for green projects, not brown projects. That means here you have to start something, not expand something. So third to eliminate ho gaya. Okay, again, then therefore here if you look at the answer, according to me only 1 and 2 will come, because the Manoj is the person who is trying to expand the hotel, whereas rest 2 women, if you see, those are allowed, widow are allowed, SC population is also allowed. These are all the eligibility criteria. You can check it out for this scheme. Next, recently March 2024, Government of India and Asian Development Bank signed $1 million loan to build quality infrastructure and services towards improving urban livability and mobility in peri-urban areas of Ahmedabad city in Gujarat. Under the project, 166 km of water distribution network, 126 km of climate resilient stormwater drainage, 300 km of sewerage systems and 4 sewerage treatment plants were constructed. -1 can be replaced with which of the following? That is, -1 is how much million loans was given? 181, 209, 167, 195 and 200. Yes, anybody? What is the answer here? Yes, so the answer here is, it's very simple. The loan was 181 million loan. Okay, next. The Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, which is a scheme of government that provides micro loans up to 10 lakh rupees to small and micro enterprises. Which of the following statements are correct? The loans are provided through National Bank for financing infrastructure and development. The loans can be also availed from financial companies other than banks. The interest rate for loans is fixed by Ministry of Finance, Government of India. We have to find which statements are correct. And the answer here is only second statement is correct, rest all the statements are wrong. First, though, NAPFID is not the organization which is giving this. Second, interest rule, why it will be fixed by Ministry of Finance? No, it is not. Okay, so which are the organizations which give Mudra loan? These are all, we already discussed it. Okay, one more thing which we talked about is not, it's not finance ministry which is giving the overall deciding the interest rate. Okay, these are banks only. Okay, banks only decide the interest rate, and NAPFID is not the organization for your kind, for your understanding. Okay, next, leave this scheme question. Yeah, this is a good question. Financial Intelligence Unit India imposed a penalty of 5 crores 49 lakhs. Okay, my bad, 5 crores 49 lakhs. This was on Paytm Payment Bank concerning violations of its obligation. This was obligation under Prevention of Money Laundering Act of 2002. The statements have been given to you. Read these statements, I'll be back. Okay, read these statements. I'm giving 1 minute to you, not 1 minute. Okay, read these statements. I'll be giving 2 minutes to you. I'm giving 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, just read the question and try to answer. Yes, what is the answer? Just adjusting the mic, guys. Okay. So what is the answer here? So if you try to solve this answer, okay, look at the statements here first. Okay. We'll leave the timer now and we will try to solve the questions rather. Okay. It is a central national agency responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing and disseminating information relating to suspect financial transactions. It reports directly to the Governor of Reserve Bank of India and it shares information with National Law Enforcement Agency, National Regulatory Authority and Foreign Financial Intelligence Units. These all three statements are there associated with Financial Intelligence Unit. So first thing is that it reports directly to Governor of Reserve Bank of India. That's wrong. So our answer should be 1 and 3 only. So that's the correct answer. It actually reports to the Economic Intelligence Council headed by Finance Minister. Okay. Then one more question. Yes, this is a good question. Udgam refers to unclaimed deposit gateway to access information. It's an online platform developed by RBI. Facilitates registered users to search unclaimed deposits. Okay. Now in Udgam portal, okay, it actually generates a UDRN number. Okay. This UDRN stands for what? In this, R specifically stands for what? Registration, review, reference, robust and renewed. So the overall full form also you can try to guess. UD is nothing but unclaimed deposits. R could be registration number, reference number, sorry. So here 3 will be your correct answer. Okay. Unclaimed deposits, reference number, UDRN. So such also you can try to answer. Next, very important question. The question is based on ways and means advance. So considering a limit of ways of means advance for the first half of financial year of 2024, in this regard consider following statements. The limit for ways and means advance for the first half of financial year 2024-2025 will be 1,50,000 crores. Second, the Reserve Bank of India may trigger fresh flotation of market loans when Government of India utilizes 50% of WMA limit. Third, the central government retains flexibility to revise the limit at any time considering prevailing circumstances, and the interest rate on WMA is the repo rate. Which of the following statements are correct? Which statements are correct here? Please try to answer. Which statements are correct? So what is the answer here? The limit for ways and means advance for the first half of financial year will be 1,50,000 crore. Reserve Bank of India may trigger fresh flotation of market loans when Government of India utilizes 50% of WMA limit. The central government retains flexibility to revise the limit at any time, and the interest rate on WMA is repo rate. The answer here is 1 and 4 only. Second is wrong because of this 50% of the WMA limit, it is 75, and flexibility to revise limit at any time considering prevailing circumstances. Central government has not that right, Reserve Bank has that right, but that consultation has to be done with government. Okay. Next question. Balance of payment is a statistical summary for any country. Considering balance of payment only, consider the statements which are incorrect. India's current account balance recorded a deficit of 20.54 billion. Services exports grew by 5.2% on year-on-year basis on the back of rising exports of a software. Foreign direct investment recorded a net inflow of US 4.2 billion, and private transfer receipts, mainly representing remittances by Indians employed overseas, amounted to 31.4 US dollar billion. So please check it out and try to answer it. Yes, so what is the answer here? So look at it, we have to find what are incorrect. Okay, so only one is incorrect, and that also because of your this. The deficit is not 20.54. Okay, India's current account deficit is 10.5 billion. It's not 20.54 billion. Okay, is it clear? Rest all the statements are correct. For example, services export was yes 5.2%, foreign direct investment inflows were 4.2 billion, and remittances were 31.4 billion. Remember these numbers, it will help you to solve questions. Then a question is on consumer confidence survey. Okay, so first is it records the sentiments of household and parameters such as economic situation, digital finance, financial literacy. इतना तो ठीक था. Employment scenario, that's not included. So first statement should be wrong. It is conducted regularly in 19 cities across country. The results of this survey provide useful inputs for fiscal policy. Correct? No. Again, why fiscal policy? Actually, when we are looking at, it will be more important for your monetary policy, isn't it? Not fiscal one. So Hansa Research Group has been engaged to conduct the survey with Reserve Bank of India. We have to find which statements are correct. As I already told you, which statements could be wrong. The fiscal policy one and the first statement could be wrong. So I think we can go with 2 and 4, and that's your correct answer. That's why second is also correct and your fourth is also correct. I already told you the third is wrong because of this fiscal policy. It's not fiscal, it's monetary policy. And here employment will not come. Monetary policy, when it comes to it, is associated with how expense is there. And consumers also, it is more related to expense. It will be done in 19 cities, and yes, Hansa Research Group has been doing it with RBI. Next question is associated with non-convertible debentures. Here, according to the guidelines of that is directions for the commercial paper and non-convertible debentures, which of the following can issue commercial papers and non-convertible debentures? First is your NABARD, Then is your NBFC including housing finance companies, real estate investment trust and invites, and any other body corporate with minimum net worth of 200 crores. So see here, it's a very easy question. Your NBFC including HFCs, that's correct. Real estate and invites, that's also correct. Okay, but and your NABARD is also correct. But your this fourth statement here, 200 crores will not come. Here only your 100 crores will come. Any other financial body with 100 crore of net worth can also do this. Okay. And apart from like why NABARD is there? Because yes, all your financial institutions, all Indian financial institutions also are eligible to apply. In this all India financial institution, who are there? Exim, NABARD, NHB, SIDB and NAPFID. Next. Yes, one more question associated with finance. The World Group released Women Business and Law 2024 report. Okay. Now considering this report, this year the study presents two sets of data, Women Business and Law 1 and expanded version of Women Business Law 2.2. Now the expanded version, which among the following indicators have been introduced in the World Bank recently? So mobility, safety, child care, digital pay and workplace. Now mind you, they are asking which is the indicator which is recently included. So I think one could be safety. They have now included safety in this. So look at where second is there. This could be your answer. This could be your answer. This also could be your answer. Okay. Then look at the third one, child care. So I think mobility, digital pay and workplace are already there in your 1.0, Women Business and Law 1.0. But what I feel is that in 2.0, now safety and child care has been added, and that is correct. Second and third is now recently added. Earlier, the previous one were also there. So earlier mobility, workplace, pay, marriage, parenthood, entrepreneurship, asset, pension was there. Now two more, safety and childcare also has been added. Okay, let's see this question. India Employment Report 2024, that is the more content here. Regarding all the statements are there related to this report only. We have to find out which of the following statements are correct. You can try to read the passage also, but always in exam also I will try to tell you that don't run behind reading the passages. Be smart, skim through the questions and understand the meaning. First statement is India's youth continues to grapple with soaring unemployment rates with nearly 83% of jobless population belonging to this demographic. The proportion of young individuals with secondary education or higher education have total unemployment youth surged from 35.2% to 65.7%, and wages have hardly or largely remained stagnant or declined, with real wages of regular workers and self-employed individuals showing negative trend after 2019. Three statements are there. Read them, understand them, and please, the options have been given. Try to give the answer. I am giving you 1 minute to solve. Yes, anybody? So the answer here is 1, 2, 3. All the three statements are here correct. Okay, 1, 2, 3. No numbers here. So sometimes even you have to think about कि ये जो number दिया गया है वो correct है कि नहीं. Definitely examiner कुछ भी number change कर सकता है, लेकिन आपने suppose ये report इतना important है, आपको पता है India employment report, you will see this report if it is important for that particular year. आपको थोड़े से ही data आपको कवर करने, बट दोज डेटाज यू शुड बी वेरी क्लियर विथ इट. आपको डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए. रिवीजन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस ऑल्सो शोज बिकॉज यू कैनॉट जस्ट रैंडमली सेज दैट कि 83% है तो ये रॉन्ग होगा, एग्जामिनर ने कुछ रिप्लेस किया होगा. सो गेसवर्क यहाँ पर लिमिटेड एबिलिटी है गेसवर्क की. हियर इट इज मोर अबाउट आपने रिवाइज कितना किया है, आपने पढ़ा है कि नहीं, डू यू हैव गॉन थ्रू द ओवरऑल डिटेल्ड रिपोर्ट्स और नॉट, दैट्स द ऑल थिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल यू कैन टेक एनी सच मोर इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस. फॉर एग्जांपल इसको ले लेते हैं एक क्वेश्चन को, ये देखो जैसे कि ये, अब गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया अप्रूव्ड फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट इन स्पेस सेक्टर. ठीक है, अब according to these amendments focus on liberalization of FDI limits. So which of the following activities are eligible for 100% FDI, that also in under automatic route? Launch vehicles and association systems of subsystems, ground segment and user segment, and satellite manufacturing and operation. So कौन सी activities में 100% FDI है under automatic route? So if you have read about it, then you can write the answer. Otherwise you can definitely move to the next question. Remember, identification that which statement could be wrong, which word could be wrong, that's understandable. Okay, but to keep yourself even like every time to revise whatever you are reading is also very very important, because you cannot just go after maybe anticipations and guessworks. Okay, so here if you look at launch vehicles and associated systems and subsystems, ground segment and user segment, this would be there. Second is correct. Satellite manufacturing and operation, I think that third one is not the answer. 1 and 2 will be your answer. So what is the answer here? No, it's only 2. See here, I also became wrong. So generally launch vehicle and satellite manufacturing and operations, that is something which is only done by ISRO, okay, which is the only governmental agency. So the second part, ground segment and user segment, that is much more open. So that is why that will be having complete 100% automatic route. So second is the answer. First and third will be having the access to FDI, but that is 74% and 49% respectively, not 100%. So that is why I also felt that satellite manufacturing and operations here could be the also answer. Okay, so such revision should be there. You should know tits and bits about the information. One more question which is associated with women safety, leave it, it's not associated with finance. Let's move forward. Not associated with finance, we'll move forward. Yeah, yes, this is the question I was looking for. The Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority PFRDA implemented new national pension scheme with withdrawal rule changes allowing phased withdrawal of lump sum amount. Now consider the following statements regarding the developments. NPS subscribers are allowed to withdraw 60% of their pension corpus. First statement, the provisions will be applied to Atal Pension Yojana and NPS Lite as well as all types of exit. The subscribers having a total deposit and interest of less than 10 lakh will withdraw or can withdraw entire amount at once. Which of the following statements are correct? 1 and 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 only, and 1, 2, 3. So the answer here you will see it's 1 and 2 only. So NPS subscribers, yes, are allowed to withdraw now 60% of their pension. The provision will be applied to NPS Lite also and APY also. Subscribers will have total deposit and interest of less than 10 lakh. अब ये 10 lakh पे उन्होंने change कर दिया, okay? So that's where overall it is wrong. तो अगर आप देखते हो it's not 10 lakh, it is 5 lakh. So that is why this is the correct answer. 1 and 2 only, third is wrong. Yeah, one more thing. UPI is an instant real-time payment system developed by NPCI. This is to facilitate interbank transactions through mobile phones. Recently, Reserve Bank of India raised UPI payment limit from 1 lakh to 5 lakhs. Okay. So, which among the following specific purposes was this 5 lakh limit provided? Payment to hospitals, educational institution payments, foreign inward remittances and insurance payments. So earlier only for certain purposes you could have paid 5 lakh rupees, but now you can do it for everything. That 1 lakh limit has been increased to 5 lakhs. So tell me now clearly for what you could do it. So the answer here is very easy. It is only for payment of hospitals and educational institutions. Okay, only for these two things. Earlier when the limit was 1 lakh, still you can pay 5 lakh for your educational institution payment and payment to hospitals. Insurance payment, foreign inward remittance, इसके लिए भाई ये नहीं था, but now the 5 lakh limit is for everything. The capital market regulator SEBI had simplified a scheme information document of mutual fund by implementing changes in existing format. Regarding this development, which among the following statement is incorrect? SEBI has directed mutual funds to disclose schemes portfolio holdings, including top 10 holdings by issuer. It has made mandatory for all new schemes to have an enabling provision for creation of segregated portfolio and clearly mentioned in SIDs. The SID new simplified format will come into force from April 30, 2024. Try to answer this question. Yes guys, the answer here when you are looking at, okay, it is only 3. So see, the SID's new simplified format will come into force with April 30, 2024. The first statement is correct, the second statement is also correct, the third statement is wrong, and we had to find incorrect statements only. So that is why I told you the dates here is wrong. The first statement was correct, 10 holdings only, top 10 holdings. It has made mandatory also for all new scheme holders to go under this mentioned SID. Okay, so April 1 is the date, rest all the information was correct. Next, in February 2024, Dash received approval from Reserve Bank of India to establish a subsidiary in International Financial Services IFSC at Gift City, Gujarat. The subsidiary will serve an offshore platform to help secure competitive funding for green energy sector in the line with Government of India's Panchamrit targets and can be replaced by which of the following organizations? First is IREDA, okay. Second is PFC, then is REC, then is IEX, and then is SECI. IREDA, PFC, REC, IEX, and SECI. Yes, anybody? What is the answer here? So the answer here is, this is IREDA, okay. So the IREDA, okay, will receive approval from Reserve Bank of India to establish a subsidiary in IFSCA, okay. This is very important news. Next, electronic bank guarantee is a digital process that will now replace paper-based guarantees. Consider the following statements. HSBC India became first foreign bank in India to offer electronic bank guarantee services. E-BG model was introduced in February 2021 by National E-Governance Services Limited, which is registered with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. And E-BG eliminates the need of separate authentication from the BG issuing bank. So yes, third one is definitely correct. We have to find out which of the following statements are correct, right? So third is correct definitely. First two, what we can say, yes, first two are also correct. So first is correct, second is correct, and even third is correct. There is no statement which is wrong, and HSBC was only the bank. Generally examiner has an habit कि HSBC को ICICI कर दिया, but that's what you should have gone through the news and revised it better. Okay, now one more question associated with DC. Now the D-SIBs, जैसे कि domestically systematically important banks होते, वैसे ही domestically systematically important your insurers are there. So DSSIs, here the question is associated that which of the following insurance companies have been designated as DSSIs. तो एक बात करते हैं यहाँ पर, डिस्कशन करते हैं. लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन, yes it is a most important insurance. जनरल इंश्योरेंस ये भी आपकी सेकंड रैंकर है आफ्टर लाइफ इंश्योरेंस. न्यू इंडिया इंश्योरेंस कंपनी लिमिटेड नहीं पता है, एंड नेशनल इंश्योरेंस कंपनी लिमिटेड ये भी शायद से देखते, पता होगा तो पता होगा, बट फर्स्ट टू ऑप्शंस आर देयर. सो सी वेयर फर्स्ट टू ऑप्शंस आर देयर. So this one, and this one. So according to like overall what I have read about DSIs, that is domestically systematically important insurers, my answer would be 1 to 4. National insurance company, yes, 1 to 3, sorry, that is life insurance, general insurance, and New India Insurance Company Limited. National Insurance Company Limited is not the part of your DSSIs. First three are part. So 1, 2, 3 will be correct answer. Which are the organizations? Life Insurance, General Insurance Corporation and New India Assurance Company Limited. Okay. Know this. Have a clarity. Okay. This National Insurance Company, this is not the, this is I think 5th or 6th ranker. So that is why these are the top 3 which are your domestically important insurers. Yes, Rural Development Ministry and State Bank of India signed a memorandum of understanding to facilitate enterprise financing for rural self-help groups. Under this agreement, loans up to 5 lakh will be provided for SHGs exclusively for which of the following products of SBI? Nari Shakti, Swayam Siddha, Artik Unnati, Artha Kranti and Siddha Lakshmi. The answer here is very simple, Swayam Siddha. Okay, that's your correct answer. If anybody doesn't know, please remember this. एक simple 1 marker के लिए question आ गया, हाथ धो बैठोगे. Then, yes, Corruption Perception Index के related एक question है. India ranked 83 out of 180 countries, improving the ranks by 2. Okay, the index uses the scale of 0 to 100, where 0 is highly corrupt and 100 is very clean. Afghanistan secured the last spot on the index. I don't think Afghanistan is the last one. So third statement is wrong here. We have to find which are correct. Third जहां पर भी होगी, जैसे हमें पता है third is wrong, तो third को eliminate कर दो पहले तो. Okay, so 1 and 2 only, and the answer here is 2 only. Why? Because ये इंडिया का जो रैंक दिया है वो गलत है. Afghanistan is not last one. I think it should be Somalia. Yes, Somalia is the last one. Also, India's rank was given the wrong. India's rank is 85, not the rank which has been given. And which is the first country? Corruption कहाँ पर 0 है? क्या कोई मुझे बताएगा? So here you will see Denmark यहाँ पर rank 1 है, जहाँ पर 0 corruption है. ठीक है? मतलब according to ranks. Yeah, this is good question. State Bank of India announced signing a 200 million euro line of credit with which of the following banks for supporting climate action projects in the country? World Bank, Asian Development Bank, New Development Bank, European Investment Bank and your Asian Infrastructure and Investment Bank. So the answer here is European Investment Bank. Okay, for your kind information. Next. One more question. Okay, so NITI Aayog, okay, and International Food Policy Research Institute had signed a statement of intent, that is SOI. Okay, the 5-year SOI grants IFPRI a broad mandate to support NITI's agricultural vertical in crucial areas. So what is included in SOI? Developing and tracking rural transformation indicators, supporting and designing evaluations of flagship programs, providing policy analytical tools and generating evidence on India's agri-food trade in regional and global context. The answer here is 1, 2, 3, 4. All statements are correct here. Next, what is the name of, leave this. Yes, what is the new ceiling of fees payable to non-executive directors of the bank per year, which has increased by Reserve Bank of India from previous limit? 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs, 30 lakhs and 35 lakhs. The answer here is 30 lakhs for your kind information. Earlier it was 20 lakhs. अब 20 lakhs से वो बन गया है 30 lakhs. ठीक है? Next. An investment in the infrastructure has a great multiplier growth and employment. The government has consistently focused on development of infrastructure sector. In this line, Union Budget of 2024-2025 has announced capital expenditure outlay for next year has been increased by 11.1% to rupees 11,11,111 crores. This is equal to how much percentage of GDP? It is your 3.4% of GDP. Remember this. Again, budget questions also are very, very important. One more question associated with urban cooperative banks. So, following statements are given. We have to find which statements are correct. License 3 and license 4 primary urban cooperative banks fulfilling criteria stipulated for financially sound and well-managed urban cooperative banks by Reserve Bank of India are subjected to maintain minimum deposit required for the categorization of Tier 3 urban cooperative banks for 2 consecutive years would be eligible in the second schedule of RBI Act. the net profit of at least 3% should be more than minimum net profit requirement applicable to UCB is required, and the revised instructions shall come into force from April 1, 2024. Please try to solve this question. Very important from UCB point of view. Just give your answers. Yes, what is the answer here? So little bit difficult question. Okay, see, first statement here is correct, the second and third statement is wrong. Why? The 3% here and the revised instruction shall come into force this date. Okay, first statement is definitely correct. Okay, minimum deposit has to be kept equal to as like categorization as tier 3 urban cooperative bank, and that also for 2 consecutive years. Net profit when you are looking at, okay, so when we are talking about net profit, okay, that should be that should be not 3%. Okay, it should be, I think, let me tell you, it's not net profit, it's capital adequacy ratio or capital risk adequacy ratio. So net profit नहीं था, 3% ही है आपका नंबर, but it was not net profit, it was capital risk adequacy ratio. So second statement इसलिए गलत हो गया. Third statement क्यों गलत हो गया? क्योंकि date it's not 1st April, I already told you. Okay, it is July 19, 2022. Okay, आगे बढ़ते. Climate related financial risks are increasing, and that is why a vast pilot exercise was done by RBI. Consider this exercise and look at the statements. Vast exercise revealed that there would be a decrease in credit loss potential of participating banks due to climate related risk. अरे भाई, अगर climate related risks are increasing, then why decrease of credit will be there? Increase of credit loss will be there. Credit loss potential means what? How much credits will be lost? How much money you will lose because of climate risk? क्लाइमेट रिस्क से क्या होगा? आपके पैसे ज्यादा वेस्ट हो जाएंगे ना. क्लाइमेट रिस्क को कम करने के लिए आप डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज करोगे, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर करोगे. सो फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, ये सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज एनीवेज योर रॉन्ग, डिक्रीज इन क्रेडिट नहीं होगा भाई, इंक्रीज इन क्रेडिट, डिक्रीज इन क्रेडिट लॉस नहीं होगा, इंक्रीज इन क्रेडिट लॉस होगा. The exercise highlighted that banks are vulnerable to climate-related financial risk and there is need for them to strengthen capabilities, identify, assess, measure, manage climate-related financial risk. Correct है, first statement correct है. Third statement, vast exercise is to measure the impact of climate risk on financial institutions and it did not have any regulatory or supervision implications. सही तो है, this is a exercise, this is a pilot thing. तो इसीलिए second भी आपका correct है. So I will go with 1 and 3 that should be correct. Okay, so 1 and 3 are correct. We are supposed to answer which is not correct or incorrect. So 1 and 3 is correct, that means 2 is wrong. 2 is wrong, तो हमारा आंसर ये 2 आ गया. Correct. Now so if 2 is wrong, why it is wrong, let us look at it. So if you try to understand here, ये जो क्लाइमेट रिस्क सिचुएशन है, दे विल इंक्रीज योर क्रेडिट लॉस पोटेंशियल, दे विल नॉट डिक्रीज योर क्रेडिट लॉस पोटेंशियल. आपको अगर क्लाइमेट रिस्क अगर आप देख रहे हो तो आप क्लाइमेट रिस्क, क्लाइमेट सिचुएशंस की वजह से आपका ओवरऑल वट एवर एक्सपेंस इज देयर दैट विल इंक्रीज. एज एक्सपेंस विल इंक्रीज, द क्रेडिट लॉस पोटेंशियल ऑल्सो विल इंक्रीज. A question associated with unclaimed deposit, a central web portal. Okay, so we have to consider the statements which are clearly defining criteria for unclaimed deposits. Balances in saving which are not operated for 10 years are classified as unclaimed deposits. Balances in current account which are not operated for 10 years are classified as unclaimed deposits. Balances in term deposits which are not claimed within 10 years from the date of investment are classified as unclaimed deposits. Here the date of investment, that word is wrong. It is not date of investment. So third statement is definitely wrong. We have to find which are correct. So third statement को पहले तो eliminate कर दो, आधा आपका काम हो गया. So now option 1, 3 and 4, that could be your answer. So if you look at the unclaimed deposits, what should be the answer here? 1 and 2. First two statements are definitely correct. तो पहले तो these are saving deposits which are not operated for 10 years. These are current deposits which are not operated for 10 years. So both of these are correct. Okay. So when you are looking at your savings and current accounts, अगर 10 साल तक अगर आप उनको यूज नहीं करते हो तो ये unclaimed हो जाएंगे. और इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या थी थर्ड स्टेटमेंट में? that 10 years, yes, आपका जो 10 years है that is correct. But this 10 years will be from date of maturity, not investment. Okay, so that was wrong there. So first two are correct and third statement was wrong. One more question associated with floating interest rate on equated monthly installments. Okay, so look at it. Which of the following statements are correct? Regulated entities shall clearly communicate to borrowers about possible impact of change in benchmark interest rates on the loan lending to change EMI and tenor or both at the time of payment of EMI. At the time of reset of the interest, borrowers shall also be given the choice to opt for their either enhancement of EMI or elongation of tenor. At the time of reset of interest rates, the borrower shall also be given the choice to opt to prepay either in part or full at any point of time during the tenure of the loan. Which of the following statements here we have to find out are correct? Read the statements properly, understand them and try to answer. Yes, what is the answer here? So yes, when you are looking at this question, again finance related question, the answer here is 3 only. See, regulated entities shall clearly communicate to borrowers about possible impact of change of their benchmark interest rate on loan lending changes in EMI or tenure or both at the time of payment of EMI. I think this at the time of payment, that's where the statement could be wrong. At the time of reset of interest rate, the borrower shall also be given the choice to opt for their enhancement in EMI or elongation of tenure only. No, this two options, both the options will be given. Not either options are given. This also is given and this also is given. So second is definitely wrong and first is also wrong, as I told you. So first is wrong because, as I told you, at the time of, not at the time, but at the time of sanction, not at the time of payment of EMI. And second, either elongation or either prepay. Both of the options are provided. Either options is not provided. So that is why your third statement is only correct. Next, one more question associated with NBFCs and NBFC base layer and NBFC middle layer and NBFC upper layer. Okay. So consider the statements. We are going to consider the statements here. In addition to exposures already exempted from the credit investment concentration norms of NBFCs and housing companies, which of the following statements exposures listed below shall be exempted from the credit investment concentration norms? Exposure to the government of India which are eligible for 0% risk under capital regulations applicable to NBFC, exposure to state government which are eligible to 0% risk weight under capital regulations applicable to NBFCs, and exposures where principal is fully guaranteed by Government of India. Which of the following is the answer? And the answer here is your 1 and 2 only. So first statement is correct, second statement is correct. The third statement is not correct because it is fully not guaranteed by Government of India. But if you see, these are actually guaranteed by, okay, yes. So exposures where principal is fully guaranteed by Government of India. This statement is wrong because, yes, look at it, principal and interest both are fully guaranteed, not just principal is guaranteed. So that is why your first two statements are only correct. Okay. Next question. To enable infrastructure debt fund non-banking financial institutions to play a greater role in financing and infrastructure sector by moving upwards towards regulatory objective. Consider the following framework and find out which are the incorrect statements. Withdraws the requirement of sponsor for IDF-NBFCs, allows the NBFCs to finance toll operate transfer projects in indirect lenders and provide them access through the funds for the loan route under external commercial borrowing route only. The answer here is 2 only because first and second statement withdraws requirement which has been given, that is for the sponsor of IDF-NBFCs, and access to the funds when we are talking about, that is through loan route also under external commercial borrowing route and not under your, okay. So that's why only 2 is, okay, only 2 is incorrect. So first one is correct, third one is also correct, and incorrect statements we have to find out. That's why I'm saying that these are correct. So your answer is 2 only because second is wrong. Toll operate transfer, when we are looking at, it's not direct lenders, it's not indirect lenders as in the statement, it's direct lenders. Okay, it's not indirect lenders but direct lenders. So last question now we will be looking at. Last question, okay. Let's see who solves it. Last question. The 25th round of Reserve Bank of Systematic Risk Survey was conducted in November 2023 to solicit perceptions of experts including market participations on major risk faced by Indian financial systems as per Systematic Risk Survey. Which of the following statements are correct? In addition to its regular format, this round of survey also captured respondents' view on impact of recent geopolitical events in West Asia and global economical and financial markets. As per survey, major drivers of global risk such as global growth, funding risk, banking turmoil and risk emanating from monetary tightening in advanced economies were perceived to have increased. increase in risk perception attributed domestic inflation, current account deficit, capital flows, household savings and climate change contributed to uptick of microeconomic risk. Which of the following statements here are correct? And the answer here is 1 and 3 only. Yes, risk perceptions have resulted into all of these. The first statement which talks about it has captured respondents' view of impact of global geopolitical events on West Asia on different global economies. That is also correct. Major drivers of global risk such as global growth, risk funding, bank turmoil and risk emanating from monetary tightening in advanced economies has perceived to have increased. So this monetary tightening, that's we have to check. Okay. So if you look at the risks, okay. So here major drivers of global economy such as global growth, funding, risk, banking turmoil and risk emanating from monetary tightening were perceived to have moderated, and the statement was talking about have perceived to have increased. No, these have not increased but moderated. Moderated in the sense they have reduced. So this is your correct answer. So with this we end our session. Thank you very much and see you next time. Best of luck for your RBI Grade B exam. We covered major of the important topics through this finance marathon session. Thank you very much and see you next time.